Single.
Oh, choose the color.
Single.
Is the drug commissioner, Mr. Aaron, same thing. And we're going to strive all the time there's a competition, we expose different people. If you realize when we're in Tanzania, we had different people. When we were in Senegal, we had different people. This will do so that everyone can get a chance to know how these things happen, National Council of Sports and into the Federation. Now, since this quarter began, we haven't received any money from that ring fence fund. Neither have we received any coin from National Council of Sports. So we are in a tricky situation. Should we go and just demand for support for the activity, or should we wait for the ring fence support to come through? Because even if you go and ask for the money for the activity, they still don't have the money because your money was ring fence. Now the ring fence money hasn't come through. So until now, we haven't received any coin from the government. It's just the Federation has been able to improvise here and there to try and make sure we go for this competition, by of course consulting some of our partners and borrowing money here and there so that we can go for this competition. So I would like to take this chance to tell the government of Uganda that if possible, release our ring-fenced funds so that we can be able to support our activities. Because going for this kind of a competition, we're going to end up spending about 150 million shillings in terms of air tickets, in terms of accommodation, in terms of meals for people. But we don't have any money coming from the government, so that makes it a bit hard for us, though we just have to keep on pushing and going forward. So this is important to note, and we find ourselves in a tricky situation because you can't keep on knocking on National Council doors, yet you have the money that's been replaced for you. So we only encourage government, National Council of Sports to release the ring-fenced funds so that we are able to support all our activities. Short of that, we'll be struggling as we are doing and we'll be carrying more debts here and there. So that's the message I'm using this platform to communicate, and I hope someone will pay attention to it and they respond. Because these guys are going to represent Uganda. Then they're going to represent Muhanji as a person or UBF as a federation. They are boxers of the country. They're going to represent Uganda in these competitions. And it's important that the government pays some kind of special attention to our requests and so that we're able to survive. But I can comfortably communicate that we've been able to borrow money that's going to be able to pay for our tickets. Our bills there won't get stranded in Mozambique. At least we'll be able to go and come back. We won't have challenges of being stranded, one that will be incurring debts every single day that passes by. So with those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I will now give you a chance to ask questions so that we can be able to communicate more for things we could have missed. I hope I've been clear enough, and depending on how you'll ask your questions, I'll be able to answer more other relating matters. Thank you very much. What we must make clear right now is that, first of all, whereas we wish to have a proper training camp that not only has sparring partners, has referee judges in camp, medical doctors in camp, so many coaches in camp. Whereas we don't have all boxers with sparring partners, sometimes we get challenged in terms of the funds. The funds are associated to equipment that they're going to use. Funds are associated to management, they are eating, they are drinking. So because of that situation, when you don't have the funds, so then you have to improvise. That is one. So the sparring partners that would have loved to have there, because even the games we're talking about previously, it was us calling them as sparring sessions. It wasn't demanding to be in the camps. No one demands to be in the camp as a sparring partner. The federation calls you if you have the capacity. Now, for the last two camps, the one for Commonwealth Games and the one we are in, just going right now, we had an issue with funds. Funds was the biggest challenge. That's why we did not accommodate that component of training. Now, when it comes to this camp was announced as when we were, this competition was announced when we were in Birmingham. So you realize that we didn't have so much time to engage into all these other details of training. And then we were risking one. First of all, we didn't have the resources. But secondly, also, we didn't want to go into the session of sparring because also the boxers could easily attract injuries. Yet they are going to go for competition. So we have been training for the 2 weeks. So with sparring would be better, but also trying to minimize on injuries for them.
They can do it with protection.
That's what I'm saying. First excuse was we didn't have funds. Second excuse is we didn't want to risk our boxers sustaining injuries, right? Because the protection we're talking about is having headgears, having all these equipment, which we didn't have at the time. So because of those two reasons, we did not have that. We would love to always have sparring partners, have the equipment we need, but it's never the case. That's why you've seen us so many times coming to government, we need money to do all these things. And we hoped we had succeeded the moment money had been in place, but until now there's no money coming to our coffers. So you find that we have to prioritize our needs depending on what kind of sources of funds we're going to have. So we have not had the best preparation, and neither have we ever had one ever since I became president, majorly because we are always challenged. Funds that we need, equipment that we need, and the kind of training that we also need. And so you see all the time we are going to get government give us the resources. Also the private sector come on board, support, sponsor our activity. Then we have the money we need, then we're able to train the way we wish us to train. Then on the issue of how important the competition is a very important competition. Like I said in the beginning, one, for us to stay members of FPC as affiliate members, we must participate in the games organized by FPC. If we don't participate, then we lose affiliation. Two, they have not indicated it's a qualifier for a world championship, but normally what they do is they consider ratings. If you're performing well, your ranking goes high as an athlete. That's why you see last time when we were in Senegal, the team that was in Senegal gained some ranks. When we couldn't do qualifiers for boxing for the Olympic Games, they considered those kind of records. So the Senegal competition, the competition in Morocco, where we got, I think, the silver and some bronze medals. So the more you participate, the more you improve your ranking as a boxer. So for those two reasons, we needed to participate. One, so that athletes can have better rankings individually, plus also the federation not lose its membership. Otherwise, if we don't, then we are out of the FPC. We've broken our back, we borrowed money, we are in debts right now. So our job as executives is to make sure these guys go for the competition. And that we are doing. We try to make sure under whatever circumstances they have trained, they will go for the competitions, they will be in the ring. That's where our job ends. Beyond that, it is now Coach Roller who should be on pressure, and his boxers and his team. So when we perform, that question shouldn't be to Mohan or Mr. Simon Waligo. It should be to the boxers themselves and the head coach.
Are you under pressure?
Then the second question you asked about the media, yes, 100%. My duty is to make sure people get exposed. Because the more they get exposed, the more I lessen my times of explaining some things that I think are easier, because they happen elsewhere in the world. So we'll try as much as we can to expose people. And you should have seen all the time, we try to give someone new a chance. Now, resources permitting, we would want to have all the media people travel with us so they can understand one, how to cover boxing, the challenges we go through, but some of the things that we do.
President, do you mind if they can have some of the gloves and then at least show?
I don't have gloves with them.
Yeah.
As a federation, together myself and okay, some boxers this way, so push a bit. Like that. Is that okay? Okay, Captain. This is good? Okay. This is the official flag off ceremony of Uganda Boxing Federation, sending our Bombers team to the African Championship that's going to be in Mozambique, MAPUTO. The games start tomorrow and they will end on the 19th of September. The team is here, well composed of 7 boxers, 1 female and 6 guys. The female is Teddy Nachimuri, and then the 6 guys is Oweza, Chowe Jonah, Zebra Senyange Jr., Kamwewa Joshua, Chibina Owen, Chibi Idris, and the captain is Kamwewa Joshua, and I'm sure he's going to captain them well so they can get good results. The officials The head coach is Coach Lawrence Karyango, deputized by Coach Wasim Kampusi and Coach Samuel Kapo. I have strong faith in this team, and I know they will do a great job. Just have to pray for them as Ugandans, as the whole entire country, because they're going to present Uganda. I just wish them the best, and I hope they return with gold medals on the 19th of September. Thank you very much.
Karyango Lawrence, era nja kusobola okwebaza omukisa guno oba obuvunaanyizibwa buno si mukisa obuvunaanyizibwa bankwasizza okubeera nti nkulidde ttiimu egenda mu African Boxing Championship. So ku lwange ng'omuntu manyi nti bano abalenzi nja kusooka okuwa bano abaana obwesigwa bwange nti mbaddeko nabo ekyokusomanya nti communication nkulu nti nkwatagana nabo bulungi, mbadde nabo since fwe babayita abasinga omuntu bwobadde omupya ku national team fwe babayita mu gwokutaano bali nabo ku ttiimu tambuddeko nabo nenya n'abakeebi nabo e Tanzania mu Kilimanjaro Boxing Championship. Ate era ekirala nti ne mu campaign ya Commonwealth Games mu camp nali nabo obviously agenda ku final Birmingham naye mu training yonna mbadde nabo ne training eno mbadde nabo. So nti ekyokubiri baana bato ekyokusomanya nti baana bato era nti paka ze tugenda mu sizo sola zinyooma bakazi amaanyi ddala naye tujja saba nti ekintu kimu tusabe dozi tuzikwate bulungi so okubeera nti at least tezitutandikira mu bantu bali tuli balungi naye ate dozi tugaa nti dozi tukwata obulungi abasinga nti bukondi bakola dozi kuba bonna abantu baba tosobola kuzanya na bonna abayingidde mu kundi naye ozanyako n'oyo omuntu omu wezibazikusudde naye tutasaba dozi tusuule bulungi ekyo kibeeko ku ddaala yaffe erimu okusobola okukola obulungi. Ye nekyokubiri era bano abaana tulina okubeera nga tubagumya nti enkuba byetugenda mu mpaka za Africa ziba z'amaanyi soka nti ensi za Africa ezinga tufaanagana ogyeko bali abawalabu aba waggulu nabo bantu bakozesa amaanyi naye balina okuba n'omutima ogwagala fight. Kyensuubiza abannayuganda kyensuubiza bali boxing fraternity tusuubira okukola obulungi singa Katonda n'abakusaidia yaffe. Twali tuze tuwakinga ensobi ze basobola okubeera nti bafuna nga bali Birmingham. Tera ekyomusonyi nti bawangulwa Abafirika naye era tebawangulwa nti ku unanimous bawangulwa ku sprint decision naye abantu abamu fight bali basobozi wangu. This time tusuubira nti beeyongeddemu kuba nti luli n'oluusi baali basobola okuba nga batya empaka ennene abasinga yali first time yabwe ogenda mu Commonwealth naye this time tusuubiza nti basobola ddala okukolera ddala obulungi ddala.
Tusuubire nti obulungi obwoyogerako bwa midaali emeka era nga jakala ki?
Sijja gamba nti emidaali emeka kuba buli muntu waali asobola okuwangula omudaali kuba buli muntu azanya weyita ey'enjawulo. Ate era ekyo kyo tugenda mu kuyigga tusuubira okukwata embogo tusuubira okukwata enjovu tusuubira okukwata kyonna kitusuubira okufunayo.
Yiga ali mupe kusimbayo